humbled and honored to be the executive director of the Buck Institute for Education. And what we do is work to build the capacity of teachers to design and facilitate high-quality project-based learning. And we also work with school leaders and system leaders so that they can have their capacity built and supported to put the conditions in place so that teachers can do great projects with kids. Some of the biggest challenges in education are that we have a common growing agreement that the world has changed dramatically since most of us adults were in school. But schools remain structured the same way they have been for 100 years. And we have policies in place that put more emphasis on accountability and standardized tests than on creativity and real work. So that's why we need project-based learning. Project-based learning is a promising methodology and approach that both or simultaneously teaches academic skills and knowledge, key success skills, and gives students a sense of the power that they have to make change in their lives and in the world. We've come down to 6 criteria. It's intellectually engaging, and there's a sense of accomplishment that students are striving for. It's collaborative. Students are working in teams and collaborating with peers and adults. There's project management. They're both learning through a project and learning how to manage a project. It's authentic. It connects to their lives, to their world, to their culture, and it's reflective. There's opportunities before, during, and after for reflection. And finally, it's public. There's a public product where students are getting feedback throughout the process, and there's an audience beyond the classroom. So project-based learning has several benefits that complement traditional education. Project-based learning is an opportunity for students to move from just demonstrating what they know, the knowledge and skills that they've mastered that are academic, to also demonstrating how they can apply that new knowledge or skills, how they can demonstrate their understanding of it. And finally, through reflection, they can do the metacognition and the thinking about their own thinking and their learning so they can apply the knowledge and the skills to new and different situations. Combined, those three aspects are adding to the traditional work to actually make it more intellectually challenging than just remembering and regurgitating facts and rote skills. Research on project-based learning is very promising. There's a recent study out of the University of Michigan with second grade students in high poverty schools. It was a random controlled study where students worked in project-based learning on a social studies curriculum. And through that project, the students who had the project-based learning treatment as opposed to those who didn't had a much larger increase in their reading skills and their content knowledge. There was recently a study by the American Institute for Research that looked at 10 networks across the United States that practice project-based learning. And in that study, it showed that students who were in schools that did project-based learning, they were more likely to go to college and graduate from high school than students who didn't. One of the things that I think is often missed in the discussion about project-based learning is how great it is for teachers. We spend a lot of time talking about, and importantly so, about how transformational it can be for students. But when teachers get the opportunity to get supported in building their capacity to do project-based learning and have the opportunity to facilitate high-quality projects with students, it's as good for them as it is for the kids. They feel the joy of learning, the passion for education. In our surveys, over and over again, teachers report that they have refound why they got into teaching in the first place when they begin doing project-based learning. The education revolution is all students, no matter their background, where they're from, having access to high-quality project-based learning so that they can deepen their learning and learn the academic skills and knowledge they need, the success skills they need, and the sense of an agency and empowerment to meet the challenges of their lives and the world.